Students, today we are going to study about animal specimens. In your syllabus, 4 animals are there which you have to study, that is earthworm, cockroach, fish and bird. So I have an specimen of earthworm. Students, so most of you have seen the earthworm. Earthworm, if you see its body, it is cylindrical. Body is segmented. Body is made up of different segments. 60, 70 to 100, 200 segments are there. Body is about 10 centimeter, 5 to 10 centimeter in length, and the outer skin of the body is possess numerous number of mucus cells which secrete mucus. Mucus glands are there which secrete mucus. Due to this, its skin is always moist, and which helps it to slip inside the soil. If you see the mouth is tapered. The first segment is known as peristomium, and the second one is prostomium. Peristomium, it helps in engulfing the soil, humus rich soil, and the prostomium, it helps to sense the soil. After that, 13, 14, 15 segments, they are fused together, forming a collar-like structure that we call the clatilla. In this region, female genitor percher is there, and 17th segment there is male genitor percher. In this way, the male and female both the gametes are there on the same body. That is why we call it as a hermaphrodite. But it show cross pollination, cross fertilization. Since it engulf the humus rich soil, so it make the earth more fertile and porous. That's why it is also known as the farmer's friend. The second one is, that is this, you can see, mostly you have seen this. This is cockroach. Students, you have seen the cockroach mostly in the night time, since it is nocturnal in nature. It is active during night time and hide itself during daytime. The best places for it to live, they are the places where there is always moist, there is always dark, and there is always rubbish things to eat it. So gutters are the best places for them. If you see its body, then body is divided into 3 regions: head, thorax and abdomen. The head region, it is triangular in shape, and it possesses that we call the prothorax. The middle one is mesothorax, and the lower one is metathorax. The mouth region, it possesses a pair of antennae, a pair of compound eyes, and mesothorax, there it possesses legs. It has spiracles that are respiratory organs, openings on the segments of thorax and abdomen for exchange of gases. It has joint legs for fast running. It has sensory bristles on the legs which guide it during locomotion. It has membranous wings for short flying, which can be folded when it is not in use. It has a well developed compound eyes and sensory cells and long antenna to enable the animal move in the dark. It has possessed compound eyes instead of simple eyes, it possesses compound eyes. It has beating and chewing mouth parts, as I have already told you. The cockroach has sharp teeth-like structure in the mouth part that we call the mandibles. It can eat anything found in the drain or garbage. So we consider it as omnivorous plant. Omnivorous animal. Now this, I think you are aware with this. This is a bony fish, that is Rubeolita. Libeorota. Sorry. If you see its external features, its body is boat shaped or streamlined shape. Neck is absent. So due to streamlined body, it is easily used to cut the water currents and move against it. The body is covered with scales. Okay. So transparent scales are there, which is a outermost covering. Gills are present to absorb, dissolve oxygen from water and to release carbon dioxide. Just below the mouth you can see slits are there. They are known as gill slits. Inside that gill region is there, where large number of blood capillaries are there in which blood is flowing. You have seen that they mostly used to engulf water through their mouth when they are in water. As they engulf the water, water passes through the gills region, and gills region contains lot of blood capillaries where blood is flowing, and blood quickly, its hemoglobin quickly is absorbed oxygen, and deoxygenated water, it is thrown out through gill slits. Gill slits possess a cover that we call the operculum, which protects the gill slits and do not allow the water enter from outside. It possesses dorsal, pelvic and anal fins, and these fins they help it in locomotion. Pectoral fins are used both as brakes and also as an oars. The tail fin is used as rudder for changing the direction. Transparent membrane called necticating membrane is present over the eyes to protect when it is in water. So its eyes contain necticating membrane. Necticating membrane, it is a protective membrane inside its eyes, which protect its eyes with the water. So it is fully adapted for water. The next one is this, I have already seen. This is bird. Here I have taken a pigeon. If you see its body is board shaped, dorso-ventrally flattened and boat in shape. This helps it to cut the water currents and fly through it. The eyes have well developed necticating membrane for protection from the air or dust. The forelimbs are modified into wings. It has forelimbs and hind limbs. Forelimbs, they are modified into wings, and the hind limbs, they are modified into its legs or limbs, they help it in clinging. The body is covered with the feathers to provide insulation. Strong, well developed pectoral muscle helps in flying. The tail feathers act as rudder. Tail feather is there, it helps it as a rudder. The bones are pneumatic bones, means bones are hollow. This reduces its weight. The body is adapted to flight habitat. They have sharp eyesight. Air sacs are found attached to lungs. So if you see, then it is fully adapted to live in air, or you can say it possesses air modification. So this is all about these animals which is in your syllabus.